Hello, everyone. This is the Shawn1113 Podcast Show. I am your host, Shawn1113, recording this podcast on January 17th, 2024. Thank you for listening to this podcast or whatever platform you may be listening to. This is coming from you from Spotify, from podcasters.com. And like I said, everything will be down below. If you want to contact me, put me a 5-star rating. Email me at Shawn47k@gmail.com or leave a voice message. And I'm going to be ranting a little bit today about this Peacock NBC and NFL deal. But first, this is pretty much going to be all NFL. Let's put it like that. Wild card weekend, I don't know who got it worse, Dallas or Philadelphia. Or you want to put my Miami Dolphins, feel free. Because they didn't show up either. I understand. And also, if you're Dallas, you're like 12-win seasons down the wayside. You might as well have the number 4, number 5, number 6 seed, and you might be better off. But Green Bay, congratulations to them. Tampa Bay, Houston, who definitely beat Cleveland to a pulp. That's a damn. Green Bay and Houston has nothing to use in the division round. They're young. They have the talent. They have nothing to lose, which makes them pretty dangerous, to be honest, especially Houston. But like I said, I enjoy the wild card round. And we'll see. The coaching, I have not talked about this a little bit. Nick Saban is the greatest college football coach of all time and in the modern era. Make no mistake about it. No mistake about it. Bill Belichick, definitely a top 5 coach, whether I like it or not. We'll see what Jerome Mayo does in New England, and we'll see what happens there. Of course, the draft is upcoming a little bit. Also, college basketball, NBA, almost coming. College basketball, especially as we get into March of 24. NHL, MLB will be spring training pretty soon, and a lot of other things that go along. I mean, Premier League, world football right now, and a lot of other things that come along with it. Everything in between, to be honest. Excuse me. So with that, let me pick the division round picks right now. Starting with Houston and Baltimore. I'm going to go Baltimore straight up, but I'm going to go over 43.5. Green Bay and San Francisco. I'm going to pick San Francisco under, and the over-under is 50.5. I'm going to go under. Houston, Baltimore is 43.5. That's the over-under. I'm going to go, like I said. Tampa Bay and Detroit, the over-under is 48.5. I'm going to go over 48.5. And then the other one, Kansas City and Buffalo. Can Buffalo finally beat Patrick Mahomes? I don't know. Detroit, I'm gonna pick Detroit over Tampa Bay straight up. I'm gonna pick Buffalo to beat Kansas City straight up in Buffalo. If there was ever a chance to beat Kansas City, this is it. The over-under is 45.5. I'm gonna go under 45.5 for that one. And the spread, by the way, just so you know, is 9.5 for Houston, Baltimore. And so is Green Bay and Kansas City likewise. 6.5 for Tampa Bay and Detroit. And 3 minus 3 for both. I mean, it's a pick'em game, really, for Kansas City and Buffalo. Now I'm going to make a rant about NBC Peacock this week. I got to tell you something. I'm amazed that everybody is in a tizzy, moaning, whining about a playoff football game that was already agreed to almost a year ago, be with that the NFL and NBC and the stripping agreed. Alexa, stop. Sorry about that. That agreed to. And then this week, all this outrage, this quote unquote outrage, this phony outrage about it. Here's the thing though, we've been paying through the nose. You think, you just found out the NFL was greedy? Huh? Did you find out that the National Football League was greedy just like any other sports organization, just like MLB, the NBA, NHL, and many other sports organizations? You found out they were greedy? You found out now? Don't give me this phony outrage, though. Now, some people might say it wasn't right or anything like that. Where the hell were these people when it was first agreed upon with Peacock and the NFL? Oh, the Crickets are the visiting team, but the home team didn't show up out of the tunnel. The Crickets won. That's all I heard. Man, we've been paying through the nose for years in the form of cable and satellite, and now we're seeing the same thing with streaming now. You didn't think the sports organization would find a way to do that pay through the nose? Don't kid yourself. But all this phony BS outrage is laughable. Absolutely laughable. You think you're entitled to that stuff? That for years when the playoffs like NBA, NHL, MLB, and many other playoffs have always been, you have to pay a month for satellite and cable subscription. You're doing this. Now we're doing the same thing with streaming. You didn't think these sports organizations would find a way to do it? Of course they would. Of course they would. But the phony outrage is true. Is the entitlement is through the roof, to be honest with you. It's crazy. It's like, I'm not gonna see the playoff game at Peacock. You might want to start paying through the nose if you want to see other playoff games. I think there's going to be more of that. Well, the NFL is greedy. The NFL is greedy. So is every other organization. So are the networks. What the hell do you expect? But the phony outrage, I don't buy 1 second of it. Where the hell were you when the agreement? Where was the outrage there? Nowhere. So I don't want to hear that crap. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, I don't like it either. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Stop it? Don't watch the games. Don't watch the NFL. But they know they can afford to be greedy because you'll be watching it. You'll be watching, especially the NFL anyway, or March Madness, the NCAA basketball tournament. You'll be paying satellite streaming subscriptions and all that stuff this coming March. You think that's going to change? Hell to the no. And that's my rant about this NBC Peacock outrageous, overreaction, entitlement, BS, and that nobody gave a damn about when it was first out. Phony as a $2 bill. Trust me. Now, with that out of the way, That is all I'm going to say for right now. This is the Shawn1113 Podcast Show. Again, for January 18th, 2024. If you love this content, put a 5-star rating. Please tell your friends about this podcast. Email me on the description below and feel voicemail messages on Spotify, casters.com. So with that, thank you so much for listening anywhere and everywhere in this world. And as always, please stay encouraged no matter what.